Anyone who's been paying attention knows that the Supreme Court has been hijacked by far-right extremists, but not all extremists are ideologically the same. There is some variation, and Alito is, for whatever reason, as of late, trying to distinguish himself as the most extreme, as the firebrand conservative on the court. And he is going to demonstrate this by attacking his colleagues for not being anti-gay enough. This is actually something that he did. Not kidding. As Kate Riga of Talking Points Memo explains, at a Thursday night event at the Antonin Scalia Law School at George Mason University, Alito had harsh words for the two conservative justices who joined the majority in Bostock v. Clayton County. The 2020 opinion said that the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits sex-based discrimination, extends to gay and transgender workers. Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote the majority opinion, in which he was joined by the Liberals and Chief Justice John Roberts. Speaking via a video feed Thursday, Alito called Gorsuch a colleague and a friend, but said that grounding the decision in the text of the 1964 law was, in my view, indefensible, according to the Washington Post. The court's opinion is like a pirate ship, he wrote in his dissent. It sails under a textualist flag, but what it actually represents is a theory of statutory interpretation that Justice Scalia excoriated, the theory that courts should update old statutes so that they better reflect the current values of society. Oh no, because updating old statutes to better reflect a changing society would be terrible, wouldn't it? Now, this article gave us a summary of that case, but I will link you to the Cornell summary of the Bostock v. Clayton County case. But basically, the Supreme Court held that an employer who fires an individual merely for being gay or transgender violates Title VII. So in other words, you can't literally fire someone because they're gay or transgender. But Alito is saying, no, actually, you should be able to fire someone for being gay or transgender specifically. You don't have to cite any other reason, just you're gay and I don't like that. And that should be permissible constitutionally. He says it's indefensible to think that there should be protections for LGBTQ plus workers. It's just absurd. The Supreme Court has maintained for a while that you can't discriminate on the basis of immutable characteristics. That's unconstitutional. You can't discriminate against someone for being gay, the same as you can't discriminate against someone for being a woman. But Alito is saying, yeah, actually, you should be able to do that. This is an individual who's so extreme that he thinks that being gay isn't a right, but being able to discriminate against gay people is. But yet, he's not partisan. No, he is a partisan hack. Now, this isn't the first time that Alito has spoken out against constitutional rights for LGBTQ plus people. For example, when he gave a keynote speech at the Federalist Society in November of 2020, he slammed the Supreme Court decision which struck down bans on same-sex marriages, saying it has led to censorship of people who believe marriage is a union of one man and one woman, and says freedom of speech is falling out of favor in some circles. Now, in the draft opinion where he overturns Roe, he also said that gay intimacy and same-sex marriages were decisions based on phony rights that are not deeply rooted in history. So he's salivating over the prospect of taking away rights from LGBTQ plus people. It's just ridiculous. And we're supposed to believe that the Supreme Court is apolitical? I mean, he is as extreme as it gets. He's an explicitly partisan actor, but yet we're supposed to believe that he's guided by some judicial philosophy? I mean, no. He does what reactionaries want, he does what he wants, and then he applies a judicial philosophy to his reasoning in order to legitimize it. But there's no legitimacy there. The Supreme Court is an illegitimate institution. He's just legislating at this point, which ironically he would accuse his colleagues of doing. I mean, if you want to write laws, Alito, run for Congress. But you shouldn't be on the Supreme Court. Like, he's broadcasting to people, hey, all of these protections that LGBTQ plus people have fought for and won, send them to the Supreme Court. We'll grant you a writ of certiorari, and I will strike them down. I'll make sure that that happens. It's ridiculous, but it's really believable. It's not surprising, right? We should never become accustomed to this, but this is what's happening. And it's time for people to acknowledge that the Supreme Court is a nakedly political institution at this point, and to pretend otherwise isn't just harmful, but it's incredibly naive. Do you enjoy watching independent news shows like the Humanist Report, the Rational National, and the Majority Report, but oftentimes YouTube doesn't deliver our videos to your subscription box? Well, I've got a solution for you. It's called the Opt-Out app, available right now in the iOS App Store, coming soon to Android. Opt-Out is an app made by and for progressives where they take all of the most popular independent news shows and they put them in one convenient location. You'll find all your favorites on there, like the Humanist Report, the Rational National, the Majority Report, and the app is updated multiple times per day, so your news feed is constantly up to date. If you enjoy watching independent media, this is the app to get. Download it today.